Saying things people already know out loud is tight.
Avada Kedavra.
You park in front of your house, I park in front of my house. Hey!
But we're here to learn, so we'll move on.
What's up, everyone? It's Adam from FWCI, and later today, The Mandalorian is going to air. My reaction to that is going to be coming probably a few hours later because I do have a job and it airs at like 11 a.m. where I am, so I got to get home from work and then get the reaction done. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do because that reaction will be going up very soon. But we're going to have a look at the pitch meetings for The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett. To be completely honest, I've put up so much Mando content in the last couple of weeks. I'm worried about saturating my channel and people who aren't interested in Mandalorian unsubscribing. And I kind of want to get these done before Season 3 comes out because Season 3 might kind of debunk certain details of this. So we're doing them both in the same video. Thank you for the support, everyone. Let's check out the Mandalorian pitch meeting.
So, you have a new Star Wars show for me? Yes, sir, I do. So we're gonna follow Mando, right? Mando, huh? That's what I call my love handles. Well, please stop doing that, sir, because Mando's short for Mandalorian, and he's this badass Mandalorian bounty hunter. Oh, very cool. Yeah, and this client sends him after this target that he wants alive or dead, but this target turns out to...
I miss the client's voice and how he would enunciate while talking very suspicious business.
Be a very valuable merchandising opportunity. Oh? Yeah, it turns out it's a baby Yoda. Wait, a baby Yoda? Oh my god. Oh my god, what was that? What happened? Your eyes, they had it was like dollar signs in them. What do you mean? There were dollar signs in your eyes. Like where my pupils are? Like in front of them, I think. It was in front. Am I dying? I don't know.
No, you're about to become rich beyond your wildest dreams. Yeah. Grogu was an absolute cash cow for Disney when that came out. Same as Groot. Baby Groot and Baby Yoda. People loved that shit.
Can you hold on for a second, please? I guess, yeah, okay. What do you mean by dollar signs? In my eyes, it made like a cash...
This is still going on.
Medically. It happened. You know, Mr. Producer Guy, it's not uncommon for people to create imaginary scenarios to deal with overwhelming information. It wasn't imaginary. I have...
All I can think is Charles Barkley in Space Jam. It wasn't a dream. It really happened.
Witness. And this witness, you trust them and their ability to see? I mean, he has glasses, but... It happened. I was working outside and I remember
Is he in like some sort of crazy person's anonymous group now?
Pretty woman walking past. And I'm told that my eyes just kind of shot out of my head and my jaw dropped.
They all have crazy stuff going. They all have cartoon reactions.
A wooga sound as if I was some kind of horn, and for the longest time I felt insane, and I've been working on myself and I'm starting to accept that maybe that's something...
Is there an attractive woman here that can verify this?
Maybe that's okay. You know, that's so true, and I want to thank you for sharing that with the group. Mr. Producer Guy, would you like to share your story with us? Yeah, hi, my name is Producer Guy, and I heard about, I guess, a merchandising opportunity that would make me just a ridiculous sum of money, and my eyes just kind of behaved like a cash register, and I don't know what to do with that. You know, I feel like...
Cash in! There's only one thing to do.
You know, if I may, it sounds like maybe you just really like money. Huh. Yeah, I guess I do. And, you know, maybe sometimes that manifests itself physically, and maybe that's okay.
The green dollar signs in his eyes.
You know what? That is okay, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I have to go. Go on, get out of here. All right, I'm back. Oh, good. Yeah, I went on a little journey of self-discovery. Turns out I'm okay with the fact that I love money. Great character growth, sir, although I'm pretty sure we already knew that about you. Yeah, I've been standing here.
Great character growth.
for 3 days waiting for you to come back.
Amazing.
Used your garbage can as a bathroom.
Using my garbage bin as a bathroom is tight.
So what else happens in the show? Right, okay, so Mando is with this droid who wants to kill Baby Yoda, because he's like, listen, the bounty orders were quite clear.
I thought it was
I love IG-11 more than I love any other character in Mando. Bring back IG-11 in Season 3. Can we get a hashtag going on Twitter or something? IG-11 lives. Let's do that one. Hopefully that doesn't mean something else.
to bring him back dead or alive.
God, I don't know anymore. You've been gone for days.
Okay, sorry. Jeez.
So anyway, Mando kills the droid and saves Baby Yoda, and so throughout the show, he's gonna become kind of a father figure.
Very adorable.
So Mando goes to a planet, right? Because he's gotta get a thing, but he's gotta make a deal with some individuals in order to get it and help them face some threat they're facing.
Okay.
So then he's gonna do that and get slightly betrayed or attacked, but it's gonna work out in the end, and he's gonna get the thing he needs, and Baby Yoda's gonna do cute stuff the whole time.
That is a very accurate way of describing how this series goes. Every episode, it's like a video game, like, oh, I gotta help this group do this task so that I can, proceed to the next level. Everywhere.
I like the sound of that.
Right?
But this
So
is the way,
times
I
eight
guess.
Times 8?
Yeah, times 8, or well, for 2 seasons it'd be times 16.
What are you talking about?
The formula, sir, that's the show. Pretty much every episode, just so many side quests.
Oh, so what do you think?
Thank
well,
you.
I mean that sounds good. Could I get more details though?
I guess, if you really need them.
What kind of enemies are they gonna go up against?
Oh, a whole bunch of enemies. Mando's gonna get shot at a lot.
Uh-oh.
But pretty much by stormtroopers who don't know how to aim, and when he does get hit, well, his armor makes him pretty much invincible.
Oh, not a whole lot of serious threats then.
Guess not, but at the end of the first season, we're gonna meet this big bad guy, Moff Gideon, and he really wants Baby Yoda because he has Jedi powers.
Oh yeah? How are we gonna meet him?
Well, see, Mando's in a building talking to that client that had hired him to kill Baby Yoda, and a bunch of stormtroopers.
I want to spin off The Client and IG-11. Make it happen, Disney.
Okay.
And then out of nowhere, Moff Gideon's gonna have his men open fire and kill his own men and trap Mando inside this building.
Why?
Well, because he's given them till sundown to surrender.
If Moff Gideon already had men inside with Mando, why did he kill those men and then give the good guys time to plan an escape?
Because the good guys need time to figure out an escape plan or the show is over.
That makes sense. Anyway, so then there's gonna be a big
This is episode, 8 at this point? It's fine.
fight, and Mando's gonna get so hurt, he's gonna have to take his helmet off.
Oh, is that a problem?
Yeah, because see, he's not allowed to take his helmet off in front of another living thing. That's part of his creed.
Oh, with arms wide open.
What?
That's my creed.
Obviously not relevant to what I...
You know what? That's fine.
was talking about. So he's gonna take his helmet off in front of this reprogrammed droid that he had killed, but he doesn't like droids.
Okay.
So that's gonna be a big learning point for him, It's okay to fully put your faith in artificial intelligence.
Our Disney Plus algorithm has been suggesting we start pushing that kind of message.
Right.
Kind of aggressively now that I think about it.
Nothing to worry about there, sir. So Mando's eventually gonna learn that he needs to bring Baby Yoda to a Jedi so it can be trained.
Okay.
So in the second season, he's gonna try to find one and do every single side quest he can along the way.
Like what?
Oh, well, for example, he's gonna meet this marshal that's wearing Mandalorian armor, so he wants to get it back.
Right.
So he strikes a deal where if he helps this guy kill this big monster that's bugging the town, he'll give him the armor back.
Very exciting.
Level 1.
The episode, we're gonna see Boba Fett watching them. Turns out it's his armor.
He's from the other thing.
He sure is, sir.
Amazing.
Yeah, and so he's gonna follow Mando around because he wants to confront him and get his armor back.
Wouldn't it have been easier for him to get it off of that Marshall guy instead of a Mandalorian warrior?
Hey, shut up, and Mando's also gonna meet some characters
Yeah, I did have a thought about that. Like, why wouldn't Boba Fett go after the Marshal? He seems a lot less able to defend himself than Mando.
from the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels.
Oh boy, what are they gonna do?
Same thing as Boba Fett, sir. Show off some cool action scenes and promote their own Disney Plus shows.
I like the way you think. Thanks.
Yeah, I don't know who any of those characters were. I haven't seen episode 1, 2, and 3 of the movies, but I've seen, like, New Hope, Jedi, and Empire Strikes Back, and Mando. That's everything I've seen. And I saw Solo ages ago, but I wasn't really paying attention.
Sir, so at another point, Mando wants to get some plans to locate Moff Gideon's cruiser, and he's got to team up with this ex-Imperial Mayfeld. And what kind of creature is he? He's a Bostonian. Oh, I love science fiction. So they're the only two that can go to this terminal, because everybody else in their squad is on the bad guy's radar, and this machine scans your face. It scans your face? Yeah, so Mando's got to take his helmet off, which is a pretty big deal, and it scans his face, and he gets the coordinates. Wait, was that machine just checking to see if he had a face? Yeah, you know, I guess to make sure he's not a robot or like a known enemy. So as long as you have a face and you're not a known enemy, you can access the bad guy information. That's what we're going with. So eventually...
Yeah, that's a good point. You could be anyone. And I guess, would you always be on file somewhere? I don't know, but... Yeah, valid criticism.
There's gonna be this big showdown against Moff Gideon, and he has these crazy droids called Dark Troopers. Uh-oh. Yeah, and these things are nuts. I mean, Mando struggled to survive against one of them, and then there's a bunch of them that they're about to come face to face with.
How are you gonna beat them? Super easy, barely an inconvenience. Out the fucking airlock you go.
Sounds like it's gonna be hard to get out of that situation. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, because see, frickin' Luke Skywalker is gonna show up and destroy them all. He's from all...
They also... Oh, no, that's right. We shot him out the airlock, and then they just flew back in the ship. I forgot about that. But Luke...
Starting to get concerned that this Star Wars project wasn't going to be about the Skywalkers in some way. Well, it is, sir. And then there's going to be a very sad moment because Mando's got to leave Baby Yoda to go be trained by Luke. Well, that is sad. But the important thing is I'm going to make so much money off Baby Yoda merch. Yeah, I actually wanted to talk to you about that. I thought it might be nice if we could hold off on creating Baby Yoda merch just for a while, just to make sure there aren't any leaks and the fans can really be surprised in the pilot. What? But money. But a cool and surprising experience for the fans. But my money. But the experience.
Yeah, was there a whole bunch of this merch that came out before the show even came out? I distinctly remember the hype behind Baby Yoda.
This goes against everything in my nature, but okay. Hey, there's some character growth, sir.
Oh, wait, it went the opposite way? Jesus, okay. I clearly don't pay that much attention to Mandalorian, because I remember hearing about Baby Yoda well before I even heard about that TV show. That was a very fun pitch meeting. The whole tangent of Ryan George trying to deal with the fact that he saw dollar signs in his eyes just because somebody said Baby Yoda is, I feel like that's exactly what happened in the Disney offices when this was being pitched. And I can understand why. Like, Disney has a great history of just having really cute characters that, you know, people fall in love with. And Baby Yoda is very, very high on that list. Might even be number one, let's be honest. But if you want to know my thoughts on Mandalorian seasons 1 and 2, I've done reactions to them, so go check those out. They're all up on the channel. But we're going to have a look at the Book of Boba Fett pitch meeting. I've heard mixed things about this series. I've heard some people say that the series was a giant troll job, and that the start of the series didn't really accomplish much. I kind of enjoyed seeing what happened to Boba Fett after the events of, is it Return of the Jedi? Is that the one he's in for a second and then he gets eaten? I like seeing like what happened to him after that and his relationship with the Tuscans and how he got back to where he was. I think it was a pretty complete sort of story. I don't know, I thought it was pretty entertaining, but I have reacted to this as well, so go check those out after this. Book of Boba Fett pitch meeting, let's do it.
So, you have a new Star Wars show for me? Yes, sir, I do. It's gonna be about this badass space bounty hunter in Mandalorian armor dealing with bad guys. Okay, we already have that show. Yeah, no, that's true, but this one would be about Boba Fett. Oh, people love that character and that thing he did in the original trilogy where he was, you know, briefly in it. Oh yeah, so it was like an origin story or something, because he fell into a Sarlacc pit and died. Oh, well no, actually, see, he didn't die. At the beginning of this, we find out he survived. Wow, how'd he get out of the Sarlacc pit? By getting out of it. That makes sense, actually. That was a good strategy on his part. Yeah, so it seems like...
He did just kind of crawl out of it, didn't he?
His armor helped him survive, but then some Jawas steal it from him and leave him for dead. Friggin' Jawas. And then he gets picked up by some Tusken Raiders. Friggin' Tusken Raiders. No, he actually ends up becoming friends with them. Oh, he does. Yeah, so see, the show's actually gonna...
Friggin' Jawas.
follow Boba Fett in his new role as a crime boss on Tatooine, right?
Right.
But whenever he takes a dip in a Bacta tank, we're gonna see flashback dreams and nightmares and stuff of him bonding with the Tuskens.
Oh, watching an older man have nightmares while bathing is tight.
Okay, and so what kind of important stuff are we learning from these flashbacks? A little baby lizard latched onto his brain stem, and so he walked around and got a cool branch and made it into a pointy stick with his new friends.
Oh. All right.
So now he's got a pointy stick and he's learned the value of friendship or something. Anyway, all his friends die.
Oh my God.
We're also gonna flash back to when he saved Fennec.
He's gonna learn the value of friendship or something. Anyway, all his friends die. That kind of that sums it up in a pretty straightforward way.
Shan's life and asks for her help.
Help to do what?
To go back inside the Sarlacc pit to get his armor. He wants his armor back. Didn't you say he crawled out of the Sarlacc pit with his armor in the first episode?
Oh yeah. Whoops.
Whoopsie. So anyway, they become friends and go to become crime bosses on Tatooine.
Good point.
What kind of crimes are they gonna do? Not a single one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they mostly walk around town trying to get people to respect them, but nobody does because there's like 4 of them. Yeah, that's a pretty tiny crime boss team.
But at a certain point, they're gonna hire this young gang of cool-looking cyborgs. And what's their deal?
Well, they look like they're from Back to the Future too, and they have these very colorful Vespa scooter things.
It doesn't feel like it fits with the vibe or look of Tatooine at all.
Yeah, but
They're Power Rangers, that's what they are.
counterpoint, colors are fun to look at. I like to look at them.
That is a good point. I like purple.
So they're gonna have this big old chase scene with the mayor's assistant. It's gonna be super slow-paced. Very
Yeah, that looks terrible. That looked so slow-paced when I was watching it. It sounded like it was fast, but it really wasn't.
big old chase scene with the mayor's assistant. It's gonna be super slow-paced. Very exciting. Wait, did you say slow-paced?
And they find out the mayor's working with these bad guys called the Pikes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so there's a war coming to town. Oh boy.
Anyway, so then Mando's gonna be trying to use that Darksaber he has, but he's not super good at it.
Wait, Mando?
Yeah, you know, Din Djarin, played by Pedro Pascal. So anyway, he's gonna be... hold on, that's a different show. That's The Mandalorian. Yeah, well, see, I was getting kind of bored, and I really like The Mandalorian, so I figured we'd do a couple episodes of that show. Where's Boba Fett gonna be? Yeah, it doesn't matter, he'll be off screen doing something or other. What's the show called again? The Book of Boba Fett.
But he's not in several of the episodes.
Yeah, no, he's... Baby Yoda will be, though. Oh, my little green money baby. And frickin' Luke...
Cha-ching!
And frickin' Luke Skywalker, too, who sometimes looks like a real person.
Nice.
Anyway, so we're gonna spend a solid 20 minutes
I thought they did an okay job. I thought they did okay with Luke.
It's on Mando putting together a new ship.
Why?
Because he needs a new ship.
All right.
And then Luke's gonna give Baby Yoda a choice, you know, either continue your Jedi training with me or go back with the Mandalorian.
What does he choose?
Well, he chooses to go back with Mando because he likes him a lot. So the whole main storyline of the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian, trying to get this Baby Yoda to a Jedi, that's just kind of undone in 2 episodes of a different show.
Yes, well, okay then.
So then finally Mando joins Boba Fett and it's time for war again.
I don't know, was the plot of the Mandalorian series really? I know it definitely was, but there always felt there was a lot of side quests. We did a lot of other things in the meantime.
It's the Pikes.
Oh boy.
So Boba Fett is like, well, I guess we could go set up in this bunker type thing that I have. But then one of the cyborg kids is like, no, we're gonna stand up and fight right here in the busy part of town where all the people are.
That doesn't make any sense.
So Boba Fett's like, yeah, okay, that sounds good.
It doesn't though.
Yeah, well, that's gonna be kind of a recurring thing in this show. Boba Fett's gonna order people to do stuff and they're gonna be like, no. And he's gonna be like, okay, really?
Yeah, so then there's this big old war on the streets of Tatooine.
Oh, wow, 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 wow. Wow. And one of the cyborg kids gonna do a little spin move before shooting. It's gonna look very cool, possibly.
Why would he do that?
Because maybe it'll look cool. It might. I don't know. What tactical advantage does doing...
I didn't say anything when I saw that, but I totally remember that thing. What was that spin all about? It was so pointless.
a little spin give him?
Well, now he'll be, I don't know, dizzy, I guess, before aiming.
Listen, sir, he's gonna do a spin move, all right? I'm gonna need you to get all the way off my back about it.
Oh, okay, let me get off of that little thing of yours.
And then there are gonna be these big droids with massive shields, and they start firing all over the place.
Uh-oh.
And everybody's shooting at these shields, but they're impenetrable.
So why bother shooting?
Unclear. And so Boba Fett is like, these droids are gonna destroy the city if we don't stop them.
Yeah, man, well, it sounds like that's gonna be hard to do.
Well, we've got a Rancor who also kind of destroys the city as well. I just want to say.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really? Yeah, see, he goes to get this big old Rancor that he knows and learned how to ride off screen, and this thing starts destroying the city.
I guess that's helpful.
And with the help of the Rancor, they get those freaking shields down.
Ah, so now everybody can fire on the droids.
Yeah, but no, they're gonna stop shooting the droids at this point now that the shields are down.
What? Why? Unclear. And so then Boba Fett's gonna have a big showdown with Cad Bane. Wait, who's Cad Bane?
Oh, he's like the big bad guy of the show. We're gonna introduce him in like the before to last episode. I feel like if you want this showdown to have any weight, you should maybe introduce him earlier and spend some time building up this rivalry of theirs. Well, fans of the Clone Wars know this is a pretty big deal.
What about other people?
No. Maybe we should. Well, there's not.
Other people right here. Yeah, okay. I'd never heard of Cad Bane. Great character though. Great voice. I really like the effects on him, but yeah, I sensed that there was something amiss when he came into it so late into the series.
The Clone Wars know this is a pretty big deal.
What about other people?
No. Maybe we should. Well, there's not really time for it, sir. But we're gonna spend 2 episodes with the Mandalorian. Yeah, and 20 minutes of one of those episodes is him building a ship that he wants. Okay, but maybe we cut down a little on that stuff and spend more time building up the protagonist and the antagonist. No. Oh, okay. And so Boba Fett wins, and now he's a good guy with a heart of gold. Alright, that's not really Boba Fett's deal. Just an old softy who has dreams in his bathtub and goes around town suggesting things and then just doing whatever the other person wants to do.
Alright, so what do you think? Well, listen, I think it sounds like some content for sure. It is, yeah.
And I mean, if we have the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda in the finale, I don't see how people could not like it.
Book of Boba Fett episode 7 has show's worst Rotten Tomatoes rating yet. Really? It was a little bit of an underwhelming finale, I guess. I can definitely see that. It didn't feel like it really resolved much. We don't really know what's going. I don't know if we're ever going to see Boba Fett again. I guess he'll just sort of pop up sporadically throughout Mando's series, but I can definitely understand why it was polarizing. But I'm a bit of a Star Wars noob, so I may be watching this through a entirely different lens compared to somebody that's seen all of the other content. But yeah, there were characters in this that I definitely didn't know who they were because I haven't seen the Clone Wars or some of the earlier movies. But I think what I might do is I might just pick up the Star Wars timeline from here. I don't want to go back and watch episode 1, 2, and 3. I've kind of like got an idea of what they're about. It's Anakin Skywalker. He's a good guy and then he becomes a bad guy. Ewan McGregor is Obi-Wan. Liam Neeson's in it for a little bit. Yoda does a bunch of flips. There's a bunch of robots. Somebody spoiled for me the other day that there's a whole bunch of them are clones of Boba Fett, or he's a clone of them or something. I don't know. I've got like a general patchwork of what happened before we got to the initial trilogy, like episode 4, 5, and 6. So I might just pick up the timeline from here, starting with Boba Fett Season 3. Thank you guys for checking out all these videos. Subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, be well, stay safe, look after your friends. See you in the next video. Peace.